Welcome to 12 Days of Christmas. 12 Days of Christmas, a video series featuring Ashley Stoneman and friends of hers from the Michigan comedy scene. Help Ashley get excited for Christmas as we watch some of our favorite Christmas movies. Welcome to 12 Days of Christmas, where I invite my comedy buddies to share their favorite holiday movies with me in order to hopefully get me into the Christmas spirit. So today I'm joined by a former Michigan comedian who currently resides in Indiana as a producer of the Drop Comedy Club. Welcome, Patrick Fowler.
Hi, thank you for having me, Ashley.
What up? So Patrick, you picked out your favorite Christmas movie for us to watch, which
Gremlins.
Gremlins, yes.
This is my favorite holiday movie, and
Okay.
I think you'd enjoy it too. You enjoyed it, right? I mean,
I love Gremlins because it's creepy and I like scary movies and I saw this like very young.
Me too.
So it was kind of scary actually. Like is very Christmassy but a little bit spooky.
After the it was what brought on the PG-13 rating a little bit, but I saw it before that was already a thing. So going into it, I thought, oh, this is gonna be more mild than what it was.
Yeah. Yeah, like it prompted PG-13 to be developed because it was not a PG kids movie. It wasn't quite R. There's no, real. It could have been. They could have gone much further. And I heard that they wanted to take this script darker than what they actually ended up with. But I think it's a gem. It's perfect. So we're here to argue that it is a Christmas movie.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is pretty self-explanatory itself. It takes place around Christmas time, and Gizmo is a Christmas present. Pretty good setup for Christmas movie.
Yeah, the dad gets it at a like Chinatown shop where he's trying to sell his inventions. So he's like, I mean, kind of a shitty dad because it's like you're getting it while you're doing business, but it's a good gift.
Yeah, he happens upon this special pet to bring home, and this pet comes with more than just a few rules to take care of. Obviously you got to feed, you got to water, you got to care for a living being, but these had some extra responsibilities.
Yeah, and actually one of them is not watering them.
Don't water them. If it was a cat, you would need to feed and water it, but it's a mogwai. Do not water it.
Rules: don't water them, don't feed them after midnight, and don't put them in bright light.
It seems pretty straightforward, but there wouldn't be much of a plot if the kid didn't break all of the rules.
It'd be really cool if the salesman had explained what had happened if the rules were broken instead of just like, hey, don't do these things.
Yeah, he just straight up is like, here are the rules, but we're not going to warn you of the extreme problems that will arise if you break said rules.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, teenage kids, they got it. They'll be fine.
Yeah, you know what people do all of the time? Listen to strangers.
Yeah, and follow the rules.
Yeah.
We learn where babies came from, or at least gremlin babies, in this movie.
Yep, that's what happens if you get them wet. They just, little balls of gremlins just shoot out everywhere like and yeah, they grew up to be mean little mogwais.
Yeah, they're not very fun to be around, but you know what? They know how to party. That is one of my favorite scenes in Gremlins is the party at the bar scene where they're just getting hammered. They're just they just look like a lot of fun.
Yeah, they knew a couple drinking songs too, which is pretty cool. I like that. It's right out the gate, preloaded with drinking songs.
Yeah, these gremlins, that's part of their like when they're in the egg stage, that's what they're learning.
Yeah, you know how usually like you play Beethoven to make babies smarter? If you want them to have a good time, play them drinking songs.
There you go. To be the cool kid on campus.
I guess we should mention why they go into egg states, which is don't feed them after midnight. That's what happens. They make an egg. They don't make a nest.
Yeah.
not smart, but
It's almost like it's telling you you're not supposed to eat a midnight snack. That whole like, don't eat after 6 p.m. or don't eat after 8 p.m. or whatever. Like, straight up, don't eat after midnight because you might turn into a gremlin. Because they were just little hellions. They straight up murdered some people.
Oh, yeah, that's actually one of my favorite scenes. Was they messed with a chairlift on a lady's stair chair, and she just goes flying out the window.
Flying out the window, the rich
Yeah,
bitch of the town basically
yeah,
gets
sweet.
taken down. It was sweet justice because she was very mean. I would have to say, so like the partying I enjoy. That's always one of the scenes that make me laugh the hardest. I think the best character is what's his name? Billy, right? Billy's mom.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
She's a badass, right? Because it's right around the time that he realizes what hatches. He's dealing with one at the school, and she has 5 of them upstairs in his room in the attic, right? And she hears these noises, and she's like, "Hey, what's that?" And do you remember she was icing cookies, but she
Hmm.
was using like a butcher's knife to do it?
Oh yeah, Christmas tradition. Get your
Yeah,
best knife.
get your sharpest knife to decorate your cookies. Like, what? So she takes this knife and like just bravely goes up the steps, and she takes out 3 gremlins by herself, like single-handedly. I was like, that mom is so badass. I
Yeah,
just really like that.
microwaves one, juices one. The
Yeah,
dead.
the one time one of the inventions really actually works, it doesn't do
Mhm.
what it's supposed to do, but it is a lethal killing machine. So great, it did the job.
Yeah, which I'm gonna contend with. I mean, most of his inventions sucked, but I gotta say, there's one shot where the dad answers the phone, and he is a robot butler. Like just one time, and it seems to work pretty good. So
Never
I don't
explained.
like one thing he was good at.
Another thing we were going to talk about though is that this movie relies heavily on the use of puppets, and it actually was like a major part of their budget was making these gremlin puppets. And so
Mhm.
their budget was actually just $11 million. I know, actually just $11 million, but that's really not that high in comparison to a lot of these other movies that I've watched.
The
Just for
movie.
the it really is pretty low budget, and it ended up making over $153 million. So it really did pretty great.
Yeah,
I think that is really all due to these amazing gremlin puppets that they
mhm.
had. That they really brought the characters to life.
I wonder how much of that was like merch and stuff. I mean, that's pretty. Like, I would want some Gremlin merch.
Right? I bet somebody out there has like a dope basement that has like one of the gremlins, just chilling in
It is like strings.
it. I'd want one of the drunk gremlins with like a beer in his hand, like sitting at my bar. That would be cool. So, Patrick, if you somehow met someone who had never seen this movie and you were trying to encourage them, obviously it's a great movie, you want to encourage them to watch it, how would you sell Gremlins?
A Furby gone awry that's malfunctioned and tries to kill everyone that multiplies.
Terrifying. With that, we're going to wrap it on today's episode of 12 Days of Christmas. Thank you so much to Patrick for picking out this great movie and joining us via the internet being amazing and allowing this to happen.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Ashley. I enjoyed watching the movie again and talking to you about it.
And hopefully you are all set and ready for Christmas and everyone's getting that into the Christmas spirit because we're getting really close. We'll see you guys tomorrow.